Hello, Blue Fleet, how are we doing? Welcome to Ace Attorney, except Exhausted Edition, because I am absolutely knackered. That's a promising start, isn't it? Now, we're playing Dual Destinies again tonight. Starting the trial section of 5.2, I think. When I say about being exhausted, right, I'm not joking. I've had a hell of a day at work, so it might be a short one tonight, but I want to try and get through at least like some of the trial section, like maybe all of it if we can. We'll see how we go. You know, if it gets too much, then I'll call it, and I'm probably not streaming tomorrow. I'll take like probably tomorrow's a rest day or something. But yeah, it was one of those days where you get so frustrated. It's like, doorframe chat. Let's have a Krogan kiss, and then you know, doesn't go so well. Doesn't go so well. But anyway, enough of that. Let's jump in. So, trial day 1. That's where we are. Let's go. April the 18th, 9:15 AM. District Court. Defendant. Lobby. Number 3. Oh, we're in courtroom number 3. Okay. You okay, Athena? You've been really antsy ever since we got here. I'm just excited. This is my first real court case after all. Yeah, real ball of excitement she is. I know just what she needs. Athena! Ah! Didn't you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices? I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters. By scaring the daylights out of me. No, I find that shouting I'm fine in a loud voice really relieves stress. It's part of my Calls of Steel voice workout, and I must before every trial. Okay. You want me to shout? Here. That's right. Here. I'll go first, then you try. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Alright. I'm Athena Sykes. And I'm fine. She doesn't seem it, does she? I think that actually worked. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it might help. Always works for me. An old friend of mine from junior high and I say it all the time. I see. A proven remedy to calm the soul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courthouse? The point is to release stress, not get totally exhausted. What's with all the racket, you two? Oh, he's got bags under his eyes now. He's seen some shit. He has seen some shit. Ah, Mr. Wright. Just a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this. I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all. That's all? That's huge news. But why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. Notice how he's kind of got the, Sorry, give me a second, chat. I thought I had something just then. Give me a moment, give me a moment. Sorry about that, guys. Notice how he's got the expressions of Hobo Phoenix going on in a minute. But we can talk about that another time. I am not an axolotl, so no slottle. No. You know that I'm not an axolotl. Come on. We can talk about that another time. No fair. Inquiring minds want to know. You did something bad or good? Oh, what have you done? Oh, wow. I'm so used to him in his usual laid-back clothes. Yeah, he had a shave. That suit makes him look $1 million. $1 million. Wait. Did I hit something then? Oh, wait, yeah, I must have accidentally hit the court record. Weird. Hey, Hades, how you doing? Welcome. Excuse me. By the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case? You joined a bad Discord server, got mod, banned everyone. I'm not reading that. Why would... Why would you... What? Yeah, I'm not reading... I'm not reading all of that. Good grief. Yeah, he's serving time, but before that he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology. That's right. I've heard the rumours about how he was back before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he can make even the most stalwart defendants confess. Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that lately. Just stay away from dodgy Discord servers. They're always like not where you want to be. Trust me. So, he must be a pretty scary guy considering he's a prison inmate and all. There's a bit of context missing here about the prosecutor's office revealed in the investigation series. Feel free to jump in and elucidate that, Hades, because if it's important context, then I kind of want to know. You know, I kind of want to know. So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. Ooh, I knew it was going to be bad news. Well, it's probably just hyperbole. At least I hope for your sake. I don't know what that stands for. And all things considered, given the subject, like, of what's going on, I don't think I should be, like, reading off a YouTube chat very much right now. Wait, so is it true or not? Let's just say you should be concise and choose your words carefully. They're a YouTuber. Oh, okay. I've not heard of them. Hey, if you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is. Whoa. Better turn down my cords of steel, too. So, you all ready? It might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. Right, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine. You want me to tell you or not? Yeah, go on, Hades. I'll bite. I'll bite. How's my day? Shocking. Absolutely shocking. One of the worst days I've had in a very, very long time. How about yours? Everything that went wrong at work today, that could have gone wrong, did go wrong. And it was just an unmitigated dumpster fire. The new chief of prosecutors is edgy. Well, you know what? I kind of expected that anyway. I kind of expected that because that's the logical progression for Edgeworth after 7 years. So, that's not all that much of a spoiler. I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks. Okay, let's do this. The odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. Believe in our client. Seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayor Tenma. Here comes justice. Okay. Okay, we're going into District Courtroom number 3. Oh, wait, no, number 4 got blown up in the right, I see, I understand. Hey, Sheriff, how you doing? Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. I know that big booming voice anywhere. As chipper as ever, eh, Mr. Justice? No one knows what happens in courtroom 69. Where the world ain't so unkind. You're gonna take in there that empty room tonight. I should probably be careful with my voice, actually, because that's like quite hard to maintain. Ow. But who is the young lady next to you? I'm Athena Sykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner, fresh out of law school. Well now, full of beans too, eh? Excellent. Make an old man feel young again. Now for the prosecution. There's no prosecutor. Sick. We win. It appears the prosecution is not ready yet. Never fear, for I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. The prosecutor for this case is being escorted from prison as we speak. Prison? Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot that he's currently serving time.
Yup, Prosecutor Blackwell's an inmate.
I see.
But even a convicted murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
This is a lawyer game. What in the goddamn? Oh boy. Oh, we've got an edgelord. Okay. What? YouTube's thirsting already. Oh god. Oh no. This fellow makes a lot more sense in the Japanese version because the concept of a Ronin doesn't exist in Western imagery. I suppose that the closest thing you're going to get to a Ronin in Western terms is going to be like a Landsknecht. You know those German mercenaries from like the 1500s? The ones who wore the ridiculously gaudy clothing and then had like ridiculously big swords. An errant knight. A knight errant. That's a better analog, actually. That's a much better analog. Who's that to us with his back over? With his back. Let's start that again, shall we? Who's that with his back to us over there? That's him. I'm sure of it. Prosecutor Blackwell. Is the prosecution ready? What voice does he get? Oh. I've heard some people say that he's apparently, like, British. Do we give him, like, a really stereotypical British voice? Hades, what do you think? You know the game better than... You know the game, right? You know the game. Is he going to be a Brit? Is he going to be a Brit? Oh, we have to... Deep British voice should work. You don't actually know the game that well. Oh, I see. Oi, matey, tea and biscuits now. Coffee and suffering. Ooh. Enough jabbering. Get on with it already. Ah, of course. Forgive me. Did I know it's Maid Dress Friday today? That was last week. That was last week. Maid Day was last week. It's May the 10th. Why are the people related to this case so scary? Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your opening statement, if you please. Ah! What's the matter? Must we continue to fritter away time like this? It's all right there in the indictment. An opening statement would be pointless. Pointless? Oh, well... Looks like the cat, or in this case the prosecutor, has the judge's tongue. But we need an opening statement in our view of the case at hand. Well then, your boldness. If it's so very important, why don't you do the honours? Who? Me? There's a term for people who whine and fuss about how they need silly, useless things. And then decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. A selfish old fool. Huh? Wait, was that the prosecution's opening statement? Old dotards such as yourself are a plague upon the young. I pity your poor grandchildren, or is it great-grandchildren? He's a cheeky twat, isn't he? Hold him in contempt, Judge. All these years I thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. But I suppose I could give it a try. Might be a nice change of pace. For fuck's sake, this fucking judge. This fucking judge, I swear. What, he actually fell for that? That must have been the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about. The opening statement, huh? Let's see here. The victim was one Rex Kurumi, Alderman of Ninetales Vale. And the defendant, Damien Tenma, Mayor of Tenma is accused of his murder. And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested? His prince won the murder weapon. Plus, he had a motive, the elimination of the biggest roadblocks in the municipal merger. The caretaker and the secretary and the potential suspects both have alibis. And his daughter, who was also in the vicinity at the time of the incident, has no motive. So, in a nutshell, I'd have to say the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible. Bravo, your boldness. Your years of experience shine bright like your head. Ho ho ho, flattery will get you everywhere. What the fuck? How is this flattery? What? How? I don't understand. Is he rizzing the judge with insults? How's that work? I not understand. He's playing Simon Says with the judge. Liver thief? I don't enjoy liver all that much. Judge is a massive M. You know what? I fuck with that. Moving right along now, let's hear from our first witness for today, Detective Fulbright. Okay. This bang shishigami ass motherfucker. Okay. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I am the detective assigned to this case. Bobby Fulbright. Oh, and I'll also be keeping tabs on old Blackwell here. I also heard you would provide protection if it ever came to that. I mean, at least the judge isn't going to get raw-dogged, I guess, but, you know. It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated. Wait, who's protecting who from what? Still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around, even old Blackwell here. Fulbright, save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statement. That's the spirit. Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. I will never give up on you. I will never let you down. I will never run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Oh god. Okay. Lung privilege removed. Ah, shit. Prosecutor Blackwell doesn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright. Well, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss. Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackwell. He's so oblivious. Now, let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright. You got it. But first, I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail. Okay. Alderman QB was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Tema, were found on the murder weapon. At the time, Alderman QB was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Mayor Tema attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed the statue and struck back. Really? I didn't see any evidence of that. Alderman QB had been slipped some kind of sleep-inducing drug? That's right. The accused was scared because the alderman was a former pro wrestler. Yeah, he would have, like, you know, like Mayor Hagar from Final Fight. He would have picked up. Damien Temba was also asleep. He'd also been knocked out by the sleeping drug, yeah. So I don't know how they've tried to, like, let's have a look at the court record again. A statue was at the crime scene. Now, he could have been hit with that statue, but there was no blood on him, was there? Look, no blood. So it slipped him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Here's the autopsy report to prove it. Cause of death, stabbed with a spear. Estimated time of death, about 3:20 PM. Victim had been in a drug-induced slumber. Okay. Okay. SOR2 max moment. SOR2? Time to update the autopsy report. Oh, no. I know what's about to happen. Uh-oh. Ah! Streets of Rage 2. Got you. How did I miss that? This is how tired I am today. Okay. And the victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled by a spear? That sounds almost superhuman. Is it even possible? Well, he was a former pro wrestler after all. That spear was probably nothing more than a mosquito bat to him.
Objection!
Oh. Not so fast. Don't try to brush it all off by saying the alderman had been a pro wrestler. Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear? Never heard of the incredible feats of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses. I used to talk about it with a former wrestler I met in the clink. Wow, he's actually using British slang. Okay. The indomitable human spirit. Dun 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 dun. Ah, making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't do without making a few eggs. Don't know, it still sounds a little far-fetched. Does it now? Then perhaps we should test the theory on you with the edge of my blade. I didn't sign up for this. Look at his face! Holy shit! Hold on. Hold on. I've got to put that somewhere. Hold on a minute. Oh my god. That's perfect. That's the perfect reaction. He had this face in AJ as well. Yeah, but the 3D makes it look so much more cursed. And so your life is spared for now. Please let those shackles be made of titanium. I don't want to die. My investigations are as thorough as they are foolproof, for my name is Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest. The accused's prints were on the weapon, and he's the one person without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence, wouldn't you agree, Your Boldness? The defendant is sounding guilty by the minute. He has the judge lean toward a guilty verdict, and the trial's just barely begun? What's more, a curious rumour about the accused is making the rounds. They say he seeks the merger for the purpose of freeing Ten Mataro from his imprisonment. Truth be told, I can think of no real reason to show interest in that backwards burg. Perhaps he's a complete nutter, and really does seek to release an imaginary demon. Fucking hell! He's a Brit! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's proper, like, thousands Britbong slang this. Oh, look at this guy, he's a right fucking nutter. He's an absolute nutter. Just to confirm, guys, in British slang circa the 90s through probably about 2015, nut meant your head. So to nut someone was to headbutt them, and a nutter was someone whose head wasn't right. Oi, bruv, God save the king and it tea and biscuit beans on toast. I don't like the Royals. I don't like tea too much. I prefer coffee. Beans on toast is alright, but I have to put hot sauce in it. Like, really spicy hot sauce. Something with Carolina Reaper. Excuse me. Either way, he is raving mad and more than capable of murdering the alderman. That makes a strange one, alright? I heard he went to a blood drive, and instead of donating, he tried to make a withdrawal. Order! There will be no gossiping in my court. Your Boldness, please take a gander at those charms plastered across his cranium. Take a gander. I hear they're meant to keep him safe from possession by the demon Ten Mataro. Then again... perhaps he's already under the demon's spell. Uh-oh. Behold! The lunatic appears poised to lunge at you at any moment. Eep!
Hold it!
The rumours and quirks of Mayor Temmer have no relevance to this case. Besides, the charms on his head. They're just a fashion statement. That reminds you of the time a relative of yours was in Ireland and loudly said that she needed to get her bangs done. It's been too long since the last time. Hi, Cyber, how are you doing? What an entrance! Cyber Venturer coming in with a steel chair. Oh my god. Come to think of it, such things don't seem relevant to the case, do they? The prosecution will refrain from dragging our client's reputation through the mud. Oh, what a dreadfully fearsome lass we have here. Whew. Thanks for that lifeline, Athena. Careful, Apollo. He has the judge dancing in the palm of his hand. The power of suggestion is one of the more powerful tools in Simon Blackwell's arsenal. He's trying to manipulate everyone's impressions to suit his objectives. This guy really is bad news. Yeah, but we've got the magic cock ring, so... In any case, it seems the victim did manage to defend himself despite being impaled. What sort of weapon did he use against his attacker? None other than this statue right here. It appears to be a statue of two strange creatures locked in battle or possibly having sex. Be right back. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Two yokai to be exact. On one side is the nine-tailed fox and on the other Tenmataro. Quite interesting if you think about it. It's as though this very case were rendered in art. Okay. The weapon used to bludgeon the mayor. Mayor's blood was found on it, but no prints could be lifted. Interesting. Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Okay. Let's do this thing. Right, we'll save here as well. Because CAPCOM CO. That's me. That's me. Give me just a second. I need to drop something to someone. There we go. There we are. Okay.
Hold it!
Okay. So, those weapons on the wall of the Fox Chamber, I presume those are real. Don't you think keeping real weapons around like that is rather dangerous? No matter what he collected, the Alderman insisted to be the real deal. For instance, he had a real Demon's Club in his possession. Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed to after defeating a demon in battle. What? That's gotta be Old Wise Tale. Sure. The Alderman had pure, unadulterated justice flowing in his veins. Whatever he did it right. We've lost a real champion of justice in his day. Nothing but claptrap and balderdash, if you ask me. I feel so attacked right now. I'm sorry, chat. I need to pop over to Discord again. Just very, very briefly. Just give me a... Oh, Ari, you're here. You're here. I was just popping over to Discord just to ask you why you didn't tell me that I was going to get fucking character assassinated. Don't worry, Gus. It's okay. It's okay. I'm shouting at the French person, not you. My cat got scared then. Oh, bless him. He's so cute. Hello, Gus. Hello. Who's your little fluffy boy? Who's your little... Anyway, back to the trial. He loves Old English. Would having your justice flow in your veins be lethal? Maybe. Now stop your bleating and tell us about the weapon. Your wish is my command. Okay. Hold it!
Hold it!
Oh wait, no, we're not Phoenix anymore. Okay. It doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prince could be easily wiped off. You do have a point there. I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prince because he could not. What do you mean? Looks like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't just stand there. Show him his boss. I'm totally lost. So why don't you just tell me the answer already? I don't think he saw that plea for help. You feeling alright, kid? Running a fever, perhaps? I wish Trials came with a reset button. This game is like pointing a finger at me and saying, "Oi, dickhead." A bit cheeky. I'm going to meet this case outside of fucking Big Tesco at this rate. Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Detective Fulbright.
Hold it!
Hold it. Come to think of it, a coffee cup was found on the floor. Was the sedative in his coffee? Bingo! We found traces of a sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup. And that is why he was out cold. That is until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the mayor. What an awful way to wake up. A rather stimulating eye-opener if you ask me. I too would have risen to the attack, for to die in battle is the samurai way. Paradise awaits fallen heroes, but that hole in his stomach makes eking a challenge. Wow, he's dark. Prosecutor Blackwell, please. Those morbid jokes of yours have no place in this court. Says the gesture detective's guise. moving right along. I kind of like this Black Quill guy. He's a bit of a cock, but I kind of like that. Like, after having Clothier being all like, oh, I'm going to tease you a little bit, you know, oh, I'm going to just like mug you off ever so slightly. Now we've got a full-on power cunt in the prosecutor's chair. I don't know how else to describe him. He's just a wanker, and I kind of like it.
Hold it!
So the old man was drugged because he was really strong. Did you see those rock-hard muscles of his? I know someone who did. I'm going to call out my buddy Kuro on this one. He'd see those old man muscles and he'd just be like, oof. I'm surprised the spear even managed to pierce that armor like musculature. I admit I'm completely jealous of that righteous body of his. Well, he did look pretty buff even in that suit he had on. Quite a difference when compared with a yellow belly like you. Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore? Yeah, and the colour's all wrong too. Oh, I know. How about a squishy red tomato? I move to strike both of your comments from the record. Mr. Justice's character is not the issue here. Now, let's get back to what happened after the formal muscular alderman was impaled. Yes, well, your average person would likely have died on the spot. Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it! Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled with that huge spear? Absolutely. After all, he was once a pro wrestler. The injustice of being drugged and speared was answered with a righteous counterattack. But does being a former pro wrestler make him superhuman? Absolutely. After all, he was one of the good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice. Even though he was retired, he could still don his superhero guise in times of need.
Objection!
This Fulbright guy seems kind of like a twat. You need to leave the comic book detective. We're talking about real life here. Setting aside the half-wit's flights of fancy, the fact is this. The court-ordered post-mortem concluded the victim moved after his skewering. So he found the strength somehow to attack his attacker, huh? Detective Fulbright's testimony sounds airtight. No wonder he's so confident. No, he only thinks it's airtight. It's up to us to poke some holes in it. That part about the old man fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. What, a big hole, like the big hole in his stomach? Anyway. So, we need to find... Ow! We need to find the big hole in his testimony. I'm going to call that big hole the Contradussi. We need to find and explore the Contradussi. Why are you guys throwing so many things at me? What did I do? The sudden pain jolted the victim awake. He grabbed a statue and struck back. Fighting back... Right, okay, so this is the statement they're leading us to. Let's have a look at the court record. Okay. Okay. There's bloody footprints. I know that you said that the day one trial is very unintuitive, Ara, so feel free to jump in and help an old man out, because I'll be honest, I'm mildly concussed at the minute. I got very stressed at work and decided to give a door frame a Krogan kiss. It was not one of my more sensible ideas. It did calm me down, though. It did calm me down. I need to read the descriptions. Okay. A photo of the fox chamber. There are bloody footprints, black feathers scattered on top of the blood. This one's a classic. Is this one going to be like... Okay. The weapon used to bludgeon the mayor. The mayor's blood was found. No prints could be lifted. Hold on. He's not got gloves on. He's not got gloves on. I see. I see. I understand. Let's see if this works. The classic no prints. Yeah. Do you know why no Prince? Because he's the artist formerly known as Prince. I'm sure I made a Prince joke recently. Just tell me, did Prince die? Or am I just like making up bullshit there? So that's why they lifted fingerprints. Let's try it. He died a while ago. That's a shame.
Objection!
I'm draining all your bubbles with the sussiness. Did the alderman really strike the mayor? What? Are you questioning my sense of justice? Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back after the mayor put a spear through him, but the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory. It would appear that the defense has a counter-argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks is all about the detective statue theory. There's no fingerprints. There are no fingerprints on this supposedly crucial piece of evidence. And if you look at the crime scene photo, you'll notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves. Yes, I believe he's quite gloveless indeed. If he touched the statue with his bare hands, he should have left some fingerprints. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you? Ah! This can't be happening! Did I arrest the wrong man? Gloveless behaviour. You did it, Apollo! You knocked Detective Fulbright off his high horse. Well, it's just one point in my favour. Who do you suppose clubbed the mayor if it wasn't the alderman? Well, if it wasn't the alderman, that means someone else must have clubbed the mayor. You mean there was a third party there in the Fox chamber? Exactly. And this could be the big break we've been looking for. There does seem to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackwell, would you care to respond to the defence's assertion? The least you could do is look at me while being dismissive. Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono. Justice Dono? You've been watching too many samurai flicks. It will take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackquill. Wait. Oh no! Guys! Guys! He ate Mume. How could he do this? He ate Mume! No! She was so young! She was so young! She had so much murdering to do! Okay. A well-touched you has no hope against my superior swordsmanship. This is a trial, not a sword fight, Prosecutor Blackwell. There is a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. You might recall that the blood-stained cloth found at the scene of the crime. Well, it just so happens that the blood was the mayor's. So, what are you getting at? Hone your mind, boy. Why was there blood on that cloth? Hold on, how old is this guy? 28. Oh my god, he's an elder weeb. He's like a Chunibiu, but like aged up by twice. Solve that riddle and you shall see that the hole you thought you found is but an illusion. Now let's see. How was that cloth used? Was it used to wrap the statue? To wrap the statue? Maybe the alderman wrapped the statue in the cloth. Was it used to save the game? Yes, it was. In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he used it to strike back at the mayor. Ah! Precisely. Bully for you, boy. Oh, it was nothing. Apollo, don't let me start manipulating you too. You just closed the hole for the prosecution. I did? Oh, I did! Right, that a statue wrapped in cloth would leave no fingerprints is as plain as day. But there's also proof there are no holes in our theory of the old one striking back. Oops. Ah! Okay, there's 2 pages now. Now do you see how dull your mind is? Let's have a look at the 2 pages. The statue has traces of blood from the defendant, Damien Tenmo, on it. It was apparently wrapped in a large cloth on which the defendant's blood was also found. No prints could be lifted from the cloth. Okay. I'll make sure to sharpen it next time. A particularly frightening inmate once told me that. He always tenderly honed his blade before he went to work, like the samurai of yore. Samurai sounds more like a homicidal maniac to me. Actually, he was working in the prison kitchen at the time. Wait, so the inmate was a murdering samurai prison chef? It would seem that the victim and his killer were the only ones there after all. I was kind of attached to that hole. Now what? He was really attached to the Contradussy. Apollo, I just thought something. If they didn't find anyone's fingerprints on the statue, who's to say someone other than the alderman didn't hit the mayor with it? Why didn't you think of that? Anybody could have not left prints on it. Then who, pray tell, struck the mayor with the statue? Please illuminate us with your wisdom, young lady. There's only one answer. The real killer. Prove the existence of this real killer, then. What evidence have you? Oh, I'll give you evidence, alright. Evidence in the form of the save button. I tell you what, chat, give me just like 1 second. I need to get a cough sweep. Where's my laptop? There we are. There we are. Hold on. They're in here. I'm sure they are. There we go. There we go. Oh, I always keep Hull Soothers to hand because they're really good at like coating the throat. A good old throating, if we will. Okay. Athena, are you sure about this? To borrow your words, Apollo, I'm fine. Take a look at this. Black feathers and tracks allegedly from a yokai were found at the scene. I believe they're from the third party who struck the mayor with that statue. Is the defense actually suggesting some sort of monster killed that alderman? That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Objection!
No, Athena, you just lost what little credibility we had left. Ah! That face! That face! Me as soon as I log on for my working day. Sorry, guess I got carried away. Mr. Justice, we've no time to deal with objections between members of the defense. Sorry, Your Honor. It's just, this kid's still, well, a kid. Ow, meanie, I'm reporting this to Mr. Wright. So is this court to believe the feathers and tracks are from a yokai, as you put it? No, Your Honor. I believe they're a fabrication. The real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered the old man. Interesting. And why do you suppose the killer would do that? Why indeed? Mr. Justice, you seem as new to this as your partner is. Ow! This I'm not reporting to Mr. Wright. Hoy, Fulbright, explain to his boldness what these brats are missing. You know, the who and why behind those feathers and tracks. What? You mean you can explain all that? Ha ha ha! Our investigative prowess is without equal. I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession. Very well, let's hear about these so-called yokai feathers and tracks. This entire case centers on one man's attempt to crush opposition to the municipal merger. Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing Nantails helped embolden the protesters. So he stoked the villagers' fears by fabricating a monster. I still can't believe that's his anti-air grab. That's fucking ridiculous. Look, just up and then flip him on down. He's got a good anti-air as well there. But this guy's frame data is fucking busted. Those strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like a yokai was the killer. But he was unconscious. Those feathers and tracks stoked the villagers' fears. Absolutely. He knew exactly how to prey on their superstitious minds. Those feathers only gave weight to the idea that the alderman was slain by a demon. The accursed demon Tenmataro, that is. Tenma who? Tenmataro, the legendary demon locked away in the village's forbidden chamber. He kind of sucks if he stays on the ground. You just have to forget you have a jump button. Yeah, there is that. There is that. From a young age, the villagers are taught to fear the great black-feathered demon, and thus were they blinded to other more plausible explanations.
Hold it!
Hold on for a second. Before we start letting our imaginations run wild, isn't there someone else that could be considered a suspect? Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. On the day of the incident, there was a special event held at Kurumi Manor, and as part of this event, there was someone dressed in the likeness of Tenmataro. Obviously, this person is a much more likely suspect than any legendary demon.
Objection!
That objection sound. Dullard, you are playing right into the killer's mind games. What? Listen here. This is going down in history. Wait, no, that's the wrong line. Here's a little lesson in villainy. This is going down in history. If you want to be a prosecutor, number one, you've got to chase a phoenix right on the run. The feathers and tracks were merely red herrings. The villagers believed the murder to be the work of the real Tenmataro. However, the police believe that the person in the Tenmataro suit is the killer. Ah! The defendant sought to sow this confusion in order to deflect blame away from himself. However, he was knocked unconscious by the alderman. And thus our mentally deficient mayor was called red-handed and seemed to cry.
Objection!
Do you honestly believe Hold on. Do you honestly believe Mayor Tenma would be so... Look, fucking hell, I can't speak. Hold on. Get rid of this cough sweet. Do you honestly believe Mayor Tenma would do something so stupid?
Objection!
The evidence speaks for itself. Fulbright. Right, it was the mayor's last-ditch effort to stop the opposition before things got crazy. The amazing Ninetales were fueling both the yokai craze and the anti-merger movement. Plus, he's one of the better-known masked wrestlers and the hometown favorite. That's why the mayor panicked and set out on the path of injustice. But do the people of Ninetalesville really believe that yokai is behind the crime? Yokai sightings are an everyday event there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I must say, a crime that preys upon innocent, impressionable minds. Just so. A particularly silver-tongued inmate once had the following words for me. The innocent of heart are the easiest prey. You don't say. Was this inmate a con artist? No. He was framed for the murder of his beloved. I actually felt sorry for the poor chap. Wait, so he wasn't the predator, but rather the prey? Yes, well. Now then, the defense may proceed with their cross-examination. Okay, here we go.
Hold it!
Detective Fulbright, is the anti-merger movement really that strong? Oh, absolutely. They parade around in yokai costumes shouting down with Mayor Tenma. And just the other day, they stormed Tenma City Hall, claiming it was the Den of Vipers. But when the accused showed his face, the angry mob scattered like leaves upon an autumn wind. For you see, lowly yokai are no match for Tenmataro, the Dark Lord of their kind. Wait, are the villagers scared of Mayor Tenma or Tenmataro? I'm confused. I think he means Mayor Tenma. It's easy to get the wrong impression about the guy. Detective Fulbright, why do you suppose the defendant would commit such an act? Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it! The amazing Ninetales, no one knows his true identity, right? That's right. And he was a lone wolf, or in other words, he didn't belong to a wrestling federation. He appeared like a shooting star, defeating one Tenma wrestler after another. And before anyone knew it, he was a champion. Like the samurai of yore, surrounded thick with enemies, he cut them down one by one. It was a complete and utter loss of face for Tenma Pro Wrestling. He was amazing. If there ever was a real superhero, it'd be him. I dream of becoming a true champion of justice like him someday. I bet Detective Fulbright would be a great pro wrestler. He can even team up with Prosecutor Blackwell. A police detective and a prisoner in chains? You know, I think people would actually pay to see that. I know I would. So you do understand the greatness of these men nine tails. As you can tell, I'm struggling to talk tonight. This is a really good sign. I can't English anymore. My brain is too broken. Did the murder and yokai evidence really stoke the villagers' fears? Absolutely, it had an immediate effect. The presumed return of the dreaded Tenma has them shaking in their boots. Oh my, is it really that bad? That superstitious lot, it's as if Jack the Ripper had been set loose in their village. The mere thought of that demon lurking about is enough to spark a mass exodus. I see, that's a very persuasive argument. The mere thought of his honour buying into Simon the Psycho Slasher's words makes me want to spark my own exodus out of the courtroom right about now. So you see, there could be only one reason why anyone would plant those feathers and tracks.
Hold it!
But it doesn't add up. If what you say is true, why top it off with murder? What do you mean? You claim that our client planted the yokai evidence so the villagers' fears. They could be the only one of these Oh, shit. Hades! I'm gonna get you one day. When you least expect it, I'm gonna get you. Just watch as I do it, right? I will get you. Right, I will get you. Oh yeah, I will get you. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm a-coming. You'll never see it. You'll never realise until it's too late. And then I will whisper into your ear, "These nuts." Ow. Without you, I wouldn't have defeated Super Chibi Knight. You know what? That's a fair point. I'll behave. To be fair, yeah, I mean, you did basically get me past Super Chibi Knight. Oh, excuse me. If so, why not stop there? Why murder Alderman QB? The yeet doesn't scale with my size. It does not. No, I'll show you. Let me just pull up the UI actually. The yeet does not scale with size. See, this is the yeet box. See the pink outline? This is where the yeet will hit me. If I move over here, it's not quite perfect, but it's about as good as I can get it. There, put that off. Excellent point. It is, isn't it? So Your Honour agrees there was no reason for the murder, correct?
Objection!
Perhaps the killing was on the spur of the moment. You're saying it wasn't premeditated? From the outset, I had no intention of paying heed to any of your babble. However, the fact is, the mayor made a startling discovery. A startling discovery? I don't like the sound of that. On the spear of the moment. Alderman QB's secret identity. Apollo. I think Prosecutor Blackwell has figured out the Alderman's secret identity. But even if he has, why would it be a motive for the mayor to commit murder? This is not good. This patch of fur was discovered at the crime scene. It's from the mask worn by the amazing Ninetales. Therefore, we can conclude that this mask was at the crime scene. Oh my, but why would it have been there? The victim was a former pro wrestler and a member of the anti-merger movement. Need I say more? Well, could it really be? Your boldness hasn't had an epiphany, I see. Our victim, Rex QB, was the amazing Ninetales, and the mayor's discovery of this fact was his motive for murder. No! Order! Order! What a shocking development! A motive clearer than crystal clear! What do we do now, Apollo? I didn't think they'd tie the Alderman's secret identity to the mayor's motive for murder. At last, we've reached my real point. Why did the Alderman have to forge a secret identity? Does it not pique your interest, your boldness? I admit it does. It is odd that he had to create this other persona. Just to secretly participate in the anti-merger movement. Very astute of you, your boldness. Right, now take a look at this. Blackmail letter. If you value your dearest life, you will merge Ninetales Vale with Tenma Town. What else did it say? It's not in the court record. This blackmail letter was found in Alderman QB's pocket. What? At present, the Alderman's wife is in the hospital, and that letter is clear evidence that the mayor was blackmailing him by threatening her life. Wait, didn't the blackmail letter sent to Mayor Tenma go missing? Right after the Alderman's murder? You think maybe the killer took the letter from the mayor after the murder and planted it into the Alderman's pocket? It's possible, but we don't have any proof that that's what happened. Talk about being up the creek without a paddle. Right, we should have a look at it. Mayor Tenma would have made a clean getaway if he'd just left after planting the yokai things. Do not tell anyone about this threat. If you do, consider your dearest as good as dead. So, if that was sent to Mayor Tenma, his dearest is his daughter. But he was knocked out cold by a sudden decision to kill the amazing Ninetales. So it was the amazing Ninetales counter that brought the entire crime to light. Wait a sec. Fulbright's claiming that the mayor killed the Alderman after planting the yokai evidence, and that the mayor was knocked out cold immediately after that? Oh, excuse me. Want a copy of Killing Floor 2? That's the zombie game, isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't say no. Didn't you say something about it being on PS4 a while ago? Or is that Killing Floor 1? I forget. Is the PS4 a retro console? Ooh. I mean, it could be a laugh. I tell you what, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say no. Give me a second. Sorry, I was shouting a bit during the course of my working day, and my throat's a little bit gone. Detective Fulbright, please add your previous statement to your testimony. Mayor Tenma killed the sleeping Alderman after planting the feathers and tracks.
Hold it!
So let me get this straight. You believe the mayor planted the yokai evidence before the murder, not after? Absolutely. Then he was knocked out cold by the Alderman's last punch. He wouldn't have had a chance to plant the evidence after that. Something's not right here. Hard to believe that a stiff, humorless man like the mayor could be behind such a stunt. We have to do something, Apollo, before they pin it all on the mayor. Then we're going to need to prove that Mayor Tenma didn't plant that yokai stuff. How are we supposed to do that? This seems tricky. But let's have a look at the descriptions. Let's follow the advice of the French. Stiff, humorless man like the mayor could do such a stunt. Mayor Tenma didn't plant the yokai stuff. Okay. Check the photo. Okay. So, we can see that the mayor doesn't have the bandages on, right? The Alderman's dead. Excuse me, chat. Oh, God. The feathers are clean. They are a bit, aren't they? Means they were planted after. Killed the sleeping alderman after planting the feathers and tracks. I think you're right. That's not the most obvious thing on the photo. Is the most obvious thing on the photo the fact that the mayor is like Kate the fucko? There are bloody footprints and black feathers scattered on top of the blood. Because he's knocked out. Is it the photo again? I'm going to try the photo. Think about the order of operation. He planted the evidence, then killed the mayor. The mayor's not dead. The alderman's dead. The mayor's knocked out. So he planted the evidence and then killed the alderman. But that would mean that the feathers would be bloody, right? So he's killed him, right? He's killed him. He's planted the evidence, then he's killed him. Think about the order of operation. The most obvious thing in the photo. The most obvious thing in the photo is that these guys are dead and unconscious. That's the most obvious thing, right? There's the footprints leading out from the blood, right? I'm not seeing anything else more obvious. Tell me what I'm missing. What am I missing, chat? What am I missing? Think about the order of operation. He planted the evidence, then killed the mayor. But if that was the case, surely these feathers would have more blood on them. You saw what there was to see in the photo. Footprints, feathers, and the 2 KO'd. I don't see it. I don't see... The obvious thing to me, the thing that is obvious to me, right, is that the feathers look to have been laid on top of the blood. And for the feathers to have been laid on top of the blood, it would have had to have been done after the mayor's been knocked out. You know, it doesn't... I can't come to any other conclusion right now. That is the conclusion. Right, okay. I'm still safe scumming this. Okay. Also, how did he leave any bloody footprints before spilling blood? Right, okay. That's the one that matters. Right, okay, I understand. Right. So I was actually thinking along the right lines, but my brain is so addled that I thought you were telling me I was going in a different direction to the right one, despite going in the right one. Oh my god, I'm so stupid today. Only today, says chat. No, you're... Oh god.
Objection!
Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair. Only today? What's this? You dare question my justice again? Yeah, and I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this photo. This is the crime scene photo, and just what does this prove? It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted. But I already told you they were planted before the murder. The defendant planted the yokai evidence and was knocked out while killing his victim. But that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene. Whoop, here. I'm going to save there because this wouldn't be the first time I've pointed at the obvious and the game said, nope, not that.
Take that!
Aren't you just pointing to the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Justice? Yeah, see how the feathers are on top of the blood, and the tracks were made in blood. In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder. Then the mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the alderman. Imagine this game with save crystals, I would just throw myself off a bridge. But you said it yourself, the mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. There would have been no time for him to plant any evidence at all. Therefore, there must have been someone else behind the mayor and the alderman at the crime scene. Ah! There must be some mistake! Order! Order! Where's your evidence? You can't possibly have any, can you? Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness's testimony for you. You do? But how? Was my vaunted sense of justice really just half-baked? What is this pose? What is this pose? He's taking this really hard. Mr. Justice, what is his testimony regarding a third party that you claim to have? I have it right here, Your Honor. It's the sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. The witness, Jinxie Tenma, saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. It was the demon Tenma Taro. He's the source of the feathers and tracks. Even this motherfucker is judging us. Will somebody please say something? The defense will explain to the court exactly what he means. You dare to mock this court of justice itself? You're unfit to bear your name, boy. Your boldness. It appears our defense attorney here is delirious from exhaustion.
Hold it!
Apollo, think something quick before you're out in contempt of court. What do you think I'm trying to do? Before you decide whether I should step down, please, hear me out. Very well, Mr. Justice, I'm all ears, but you had better explain yourself well. What was this yokai you were talking about? It's all in this statement here. Jinxie Tenma asserts that she saw Tenma Taro. After she discovered the crime scene and called the police, she came around a corner in the hall. It was around here that she saw Tenma Taro fleeing toward the foyer. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating this monster is the one who left those feathers and tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise. What? How incredibly unjust! Why haven't I heard about this before? The defense just proved there was someone else. So the mayor isn't the killer. Was it all set up? The prosecutor's a convicted felon after all. Apollo! The momentum has shifted in our favour! Hooray! Good, now let's keep it that way.
Objection!
I'm half expecting him to drop another line to go with that. He feels like the sort of guy who will say something very Ramirez-esque, like, silence. If he actually drops a line like that, then, you know, Edgeworth is in the fucking bin. Edgeworth just goes straight in the bin if that happens. I'm sorry, chat, but it will. If he comes out with something like that, then, you know, it's Jova for Edgeworth. Gumshoe as well. I'm sorry, Gumshoe. I don't want to have to do this, but that's what it will come to. You still rank Edgy as number 1? Well, it's not a statement that's without merit. You know, I can see and respect the arguments for Edgeworth number 1. Little do you realise that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken. I mean, he's a twat, Brett. He feels like my spirit animal. My sword? I didn't know I want to break. Are you implying that there's a problem with my claim? Consider this. If that yokai impersonator had indeed fled toward the foyer, you thought that was Brain Chan. No, Brain Chan's just my waifu.
I would like to eat a donut that she made.
That fool and that fop would have seen him. Fool and fop. Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle. Now you mention it. Both Phineas Filch and Florent LaBelle were in the foyer at the time, but they haven't stated that they saw a yokai, have they? Did you ever consider that yokai was but a figment of a scared little girl's imagination? Why didn't those two see the Tematara impersonator pass by? Why don't we ask them ourselves? I was just about to say that myself. No, really, I was. The defence would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something. I suppose we can't ignore the fact the little girl believes she saw a monster. I trust you have no objections to Mr. Justice's request, Prosecutor Blackwell. As a proud representative of the French community, you'd like to point out that LaBelle is awfully hard to pronounce in French. I mean, you could just say LaBelle, or you know, I mean, when you get down to it, French is just Zerg sounds, right? In English, we would say hello, and in French, you would say, you know, and in English, we might say goodbye, and in French, you say, you know, French is Zerg. I don't make the rules, all right? I don't make the rules. I understand that Mr. Filch is enjoying a nap out in the lobby. I knew that Tanuki was a rare find. But when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up a witness. Do with him as you will. And in Mimetic, you say, these nuts. Did you say captured? No, I don't want to know. The Phineas Filch is stored in the Pokeballs. Very well then. Bailiff, please go wake Mr. Filch and escort him to the witness stand. Then smack his nuts. Will the witness state his name and occupation, please?
Name's Filch, Phineas Filch, caretaker of Kurumi Manor. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. A little something I thought you might like.
Has he stolen Fulbright's shoes again? Oh my, what a fabulous pair of shoes, and your honourable judge find, Mr. Filch. It's those shoes again. Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright? Don't tell me Filch stole them again.
They're all yours, your honourship, sir.
What? But they seem awfully expensive.
Yeah, too expensive for me, but I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honourship.
It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictates I can't accept such gifts.
Oh, ethics smethics. Just take them if you want them. Polished them up real nice for you, too.
I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony. The court would like to hear whether you saw Tematara in the foyer after the murder. Why does this guy keep on stealing Fulbright's shoes? Like, of all the people whose shoes you could steal, why him? That's kind of fucked up.
At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. QB asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. I was still in my office keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m.
I see. The other characters are? Alright, fair enough. So, you're saying that Fulbright's the only character who's got shoes? I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary. No, sirree.
He's a filcher. I mean, I guess at least he's not a felcher. Don't Google that. Do not Google that. That yokai you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams. So, you're telling this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Tenmataro?
Yep, was guarding the whole time. That's the truth, the holy truth, and none about the truth. Yeah, Tenmataro, but I don't really believe in all that yokai mumbo jumbo, do you? I certainly don't.
My magic cock ring. It's... Something the matter, Apollo? My magic cock ring keeps squeezing my arm. Really? So, you think Mr. Taniki, Mr. Filch has been lying to us? I wouldn't rule it out. 1 second. Oh, it's the cat. Now, if I could just zero in and tell some sort of nervous habits. What the fuck? What in the... What's a hawk doing in here? Allow me to introduce my... Hold on. Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact. He doesn't live with you. You know, in jail? Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird? It wasn't Mume's feather. I don't trust that point yet. Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard. This isn't some sort of trick or... Ah! I won't be able to spot squat like this.
What the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills! No pets or other animals allowed in the courtroom.
What? It's on his head.
Somebody help!
Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when truly famished.
In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed.
Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way. We'll be fine, I think. If there was someone dressed as Tenmataro there, Phil should have seen him. We'll just have to put our faith in Jinxie's statement for now.
Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination.
I can't believe we got, like, magic cock ring blocked. Motherfucker. Okay, so we need to find out his nervous health. Magic cock blocked. I know. I'm so upset. I can't believe I got magic cock blocked. That's so fucked up.
Hold it!
Hold it! Mr. Filch, why did Alderman QB have you handle guard duty?
Because he trusts me. I am the mayor's caretaker, after all.
So, you took said guard duty seriously?
Let me tell you something about me. Yipes!
Listen here, you little Taniki. Get straight to the point and be quick about it. The court wishes to hear what you did or didn't see in the foyer, and naught else.
Yes, of course, sir. Right away, sir.
Blackwell's got him completely under his thumb. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Okay.
Like I said, I was guarding the foyer entrance that day. I was making sure no one Oh, I've already read this.
Hold it!
Hold it. So no one could get to him. Sounds like security was pretty tight.
That's because there are always lots of sneaks and thieves around festival time.
And the solution was to entrust the man of security to a thief? That's not even funny. Maybe it's a matter of stopping thieves by hiring one. After all, it takes one to know one. I don't know, it seems more like letting the fox guard the henhouse to me.
So the witness testifies he took his guard duty seriously.
Yes, sir, your honorship, sir. Okay. The murder happened. Okay.
Hold it!
Did you really keep an eye on the foyer the entire time?
Poor old Filchy. Been working hard my whole life. Only to be smeared by some greenhorn in his fancy smanchy shooting silly haircut. Sorry, Mr. Blackwell, sir. Didn't mean to get off subject there.
Sheesh. Blackwell didn't even say anything.
To answer your question, yeah, I kept an eye. No, both of them, in fact, on the foyer.
I've got it. I've got it. I see his tell. I think. Let me cook. Let me cook, right? Go back to statement 1. He's holding the scarf with both hands. Statement 2. He's holding the scarf with both hands. Statement 3. He's itching and fidgeting. Statement 4. He's holding the scarf with both hands. I think his tell is that he lets go of the scarf.
Hold it!
Could you describe to the court who you would consider fishy looking?
Someone all fidgety and shifty like, you know, like they're about to steal something.
He just described himself. I wonder why Mr. Filch didn't see Temataro. Maybe Jinxie only thinks she saw Temataro. Or maybe Mr. Filch is lying. And if he's lying, we might be able to spot a contradiction in his testimony. How would he know that the wrestling match was a total disaster if he hadn't watched it? How would he know? Look, it's an hour slot. It's an hour slot. I think I've got this motherfucker.
Objection!
Get fucked. Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch.
Hey, you didn't right to bushwhack a fella like that.
Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see at the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss.
Ah! I didn't watch that one. No, sirree. I was doing my job just like I was supposed to.
This guy doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right?
Yipes!
Not only that, you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster."
Oh!
So, do you admit to slacking off?
You can't trick me with your Rudy Poo lawyer talk. I'm one of the professional types, too. I can do double duty watching TV and the foyer at the same time.
The only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is professional thief.
Mr. Justice,
You will have this court believe that a witness was slacking off? That's correct. He claims to have been watching TV in the foyer at the same time. But that's nothing but a bold-faced lie.
bold, you say, but I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice. And in that case, let's see what evidence you could offer. You claim Mr. Filch is lying about watching TV in the foyer simultaneously. I'll prove it.
Because he's facing away from the foyer. Because the TV's again. Right. That's easy. That's very easy.
Take that!
Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch has eyes where his right ear should be, I think it'd be impossible to watch the foyer entrance and the TV at the same time.
Why, yes, someone watching TV there couldn't possibly see the entrance.
Exactly. And that means, Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and were not watching the foyer, as you claim.
Yipes! The bag's out of the cannot be the other way round.
He's got a box!
Order, order, order! But Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filch's lesson stellar work ethic relevant to the case?
It's very relevant because while he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Tenmatara impersonator in the foyer.
Objection!
What now? Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered. What are you talking about? The camera. This. I'm not a mind reader. Auditory sense. His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work. Right, Tanuki?
They were. I mean, yeah. Yeah, they were.
Sister Bikini moment. Oh my god, I've forgotten about her. But you already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't.
My eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I wouldn't hurt anyone in the foyer. You see the foyer and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. Creak, creak, creak. Loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon.
So, you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by?
Yep, my ears were working full time. So, who's the liar now, you no good shyster?
A lying thief calling me a shyster. This has to be the low point of my fledgling career.
Kinda had you, Mr. Blackquill, sir. You really are something else. I mean, you don't miss a thing. And them bags under your ass, they're darker than mine.
Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Taka is particularly fond of Tanuki. Should you lie to this course again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu.
Yipes! Please don't eat me, Mr. Taka, sir.
A little guy being threatened with being eaten by people in a courtroom. Oh my god, he's Hux.
The witness will henceforth testify truthfully under penalty of painful bird attacks.
I've heard a lot of criticism about this game. But, like, I've got to say, it's pretty fucking funny. Taka is Japanese for falcon, by the way. Hang on, so... What's hata in Japanese? What is hata in English? H-A-T-A. Is that going to be like dog or something? Is he bird dog? Is he bartender bird dog? There's a lot of criticism about this case specifically as well. We'll see as we go on, I guess, huh?
And with that in mind, the court requests that the witness revise his testimony accordingly.
Okay.
It's true, I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like no way over to someone walking by. Sure, you see, there were no Tenmatara in the foyer.
That proves nothing. Superstition is the religion of feeble minds. Understand? A simple, rational explanation is best. Forget yokai, demons and such. We must use common sense, for lacking that our entire world would be upside down. Says the convict prosecutor who is totally assigned to the end times for the legal world. Is this the point where I say something like, "The Dark Age of the Law"? Am I doing it right? Is that like the whole thing with this game? You know, put my hands like this and... The Dark Age of the Law.
And besides, if there were any yokai roaming about, I'd nab and sell them to the zoo.
I wonder whether Jinxie was just seeing things. That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns. But if we can't prove she saw Tenmatara, then May is sure to be convicted. Then we'd better hope my guns fire bullets, not BBs.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Then I shall. Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it! You are paid for your work, aren't you? So, how do you justify watching TV on the job? But...
It ain't easy being me. I mean, I can't watch TV when we have visitors. There's no way to record stuff.
Sorry, am I supposed to be consoling you over your first world problems? If those are his only problems, he should consider himself lucky. I guess pro wrestling's serious business to Mr. Filch.
Hold it!
Okay. You lied earlier about taking your guard duty seriously, didn't you?
Oh, that ain't no harm in betting the truth with you, right?
Listen to me, you little tanuki. Lie again, and Taka shall feast upon that forked tongue of yours.
Yipes! Sorry, just let me keep my tongue.
At least leave it until we get to the truth out of him, anyway. You were negligent in your duties, were you not?
Yes, sir, I was, sir, but he didn't like that.
I think I see the issue. Wouldn't have heard him walking. Yeah, because he flew. That's kind of silly. That's kind of silly, but it's thematically fitting.
Hold it!
So you got pretty good ears, Mr. Filch.
As good as they come, I'd say. Ain't nothing near a creaky floor. Plus, that Tematara makes a sound when he goes by. It's like a jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle? How does he do that?
It's that staff of his. That's what jingle jangles.
What's he talking about, Apollo? Beats me, but I guess Tematara's a staff that makes noise. Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said she saw Tematara holding a staff-like object that made a jangly sound. I guess that's the source of the noise then.
Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Filch says Tematara jingle jangles. Would you consider that vital information?
I think so. Extremely vital. I request that it be added to his testimony.
If Tematara was to pass by, his staff would have gone jingle jangle.
Hold it!
So Tematara's staff makes a distinctive sound.
Yep, like a jingle and a jangle.
Wait, Jinxie said something like that. Something about Tematara making a jangly sound. I think we're missing something here. But I can't quite put a finger on it. Perhaps we should take a look at the court record again.
Hold it!
Hold it! Please tell the court, what did Jinxie see if it was not Tematara?
She's always gone on about seeing this yokai or that. Just an act of imagination, I reckon. She won't even come near me because she thinks I'm some sort of tanuki monster.
Can't say I blame her. That face is so fucking funny. So, Mr. Filch, you chalk it up to a child's active imagination.
Yep, no Tematara or anyone else got an out of the manner on my watch.
Apollo, what could this mean? Do you think Jinxie was just seeing things? Well, if that's the case, the details she provided were pretty impressive. But if we're to continue believing Jinxie's statement, we'll have to uncover Filch's lie. Right, or find out why he can't tell the truth. You gotta go. No worries, Hades. Take care. I don't think I'm going to be going on for too much longer. I'll probably get to the end of this segment, and then, I think, I'm going to have to make it a really short one tonight, because, my energy and my voice are just... It's unfortunate, but this is specifically why you said the case could be a bit obtuse. Right, okay. Oh, okay, you got me fired up now. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. But, would you have missed someone walking by if they were flying through the air? Tell me, Ara, have I cooked? Have I cooked? Or have I served up a cold salad? Not that obtuse. Fuck, I've overcooked. Okay. 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 His staff would have gone jingle jangle. But this Tenmataro has no staff. Where's the staff? Am I still? Am I like? Have I gone? Am I the opposite of obtuse now? Am I now acute? Am I now acute instead of obtuse? I have another depiction of Tenmataro in the court record. This one. This one. Where's the staff? Okay. So I was kind of cooking in the right direction. I wasn't like meandering directionlessly. I wasn't meandering without a direction.
Objection!
Nice. Tenmataro's staff would make a jangly sound, you say? Well, I'm going to say that your story doesn't add up. Is there something the defense would like to share with the court? Mr. Filch, you said you didn't see Tenmataro on the day of the incident. Why then did you assume just now that Tenmataro would be holding a staff? Huh? You see, the Tenmataro Jinx he saw held a staff in his hands, and she described it sounds just like you did, a kind of jangly sound.
Yeah, so who's holding a staff? What's your point?
Objection!
The point is that Tenmataro doesn't use a staff, not normally.
What are you talking about?
You see, this is the only known document depicting Tenmataro. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch? Every cutscene of the scene of the crime was shown with a staff, so you always admitted he had a staff. Ah, okay, I see. See, it actually made sense to me quite quickly, but at the same time, I'm brain damaged, so my thought process is, like, kind of strange a lot of the time. So some stuff that seems very obvious to other people takes me a while to get. Some stuff that seems very obtuse to other people, I'll just be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's a result of the brain injury, I think. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch?
You're right, there's no staff, not even a cane or a walking stick. Ah!
So the question is, why does the witness think Tenmataro uses a staff? I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution's case on the most basic level. Well now, this is getting interesting.
All right, Mr. Justice, it's time to show the court where you're going with this. Please tell the court why Mr. Filch believes Tenmataro carries a staff. The scroll's wrong!
He actually saw Tenmataro. Mr. Filch actually saw Tenmataro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way he could possibly know about the staff.
Busted again!
Bloody hell! You duplicitous little... Oh my god, I can't hold on, put the flap down. Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, how'd that feel, Blackwell? Not so fun when you're in the receiving end of the blade, is it? Admit it, Mr. Filch. You did see Tenmataro that day, didn't you? Well?
I'm begging you, please don't make me say it.
But clearly you did see Tenmataro. Stop stalling and testify to that fact.
No can do, no way, no how. You ain't got no idea how terrifying he could be.
He? Mr. Filch still won't admit to seeing Tenmataro, even though everyone knows he did. The question now is why? Mr. Filch is scared to death. Is that why he can't admit to the truth? Come to think of it. They say you must not gaze upon Tenmataro, but in the events that you do, look. And then tell anyone what you saw. Tenmataro will claim your soul. Jinxie wouldn't admit to seeing Tenmataro after hearing about the village superstitions. She said that she told her when she had seen Tenmataro to claim her soul. Wait, you think Filch believes that too?
Ah, so Mr. Big Time City Slicker Lawyer's heard about him. Damn old village superstitions.
Will the defense please explain what the witch is talking about? The people of Ninetales Vale believe some pretty strange things, and their superstitions may be the reason our witness here can't admit the truth. The truth that he really did see Tenmataro.
Darn straight, that's what. It's all right here.
Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it: your immediate departure from the village. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul.
See, that's why us folks in Ninetales Vale can't talk about seeing Tenmataro.
Okay. That clears up one mystery. The killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Tenmataro costume. They knew that way no one could talk about him, so it was as if it never existed. The defense hold that this Tenmataro impersonator is the true killer.
What?
Objection!
Superstitions, you say? What kind of a fool would actually believe such rubbish? And would that using some silly fairy tale could so easily expose the culprit? You'll need to come up with a more rational, common sense explanation than that.
Objection!
Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, prosecutor.
Objection!
Try living in my world of narrow cells, mortal danger, and dark, sleepless nights. There is no lack of superstitions in the Clink, but few are those who truly believe in them.
Objection!
It's a good thing. It's a very good thing, I'll give you that. Well, the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetales Vale. A life or death superstition might even make you a believer. Oh, he's angry. Oh, he's not happy. Order! Order, I say! You fool of a Tanuki, 2 times now your lies have cost me!
Sorry, I promise I'll do it again.
He's gonna do it again. Taka, my fine feathered friend, have at him.
Yipes! He's gonna eat me alive! Head for the hills!
Ah, he took off. Bailiff, what are you waiting for? After him, with your fastest men. That's certainly not something you see every day. Well, it would seem a new and important fact has come to light. A third party disguised as the yokai Tenmataro was at the scene. And now we have 2 witnesses who can attest to that fact. Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? He's gansing us! Uh-oh. What? Huh? Ah! His shackles. I'm too young to die. Justice Dono, long has it been since I've been forced to draw my blade. You would best say your prayers. Eek! It's just his fingers. Detective, do something! Have no fear, Foolbot is here. When the going gets tough, the champion of justice gets going.
Objection!
Then get going already before he kills us!
Oh, but I stand in honor, Simon Blackquill, for it is his sense of justice that sets him free.
Objection, objection! I object to Detective Fulbright's definition of justice. Smack his nuts!
Silence!
Oh! He said the thing! He said the thing! He said the fucking thing! Right. Fuck off, Edgeworth. You're done. You're done. No, he's fucking gone. In the bin. We sent the bin to the trash compactor. Bye, Edgeworth. Gumshoe, I'm really sorry, but fuck off as well. Yeah, we're now gay for Simon Blackwell on this channel, chat. I'm sorry, but that's how it's going to be. It's going to be a very difficult conversation with my wife tonight, I'm afraid, but I'll manage. I'll manage. I'm not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards. Oh, well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, can I ask you to, you know... I think the judge forgot he's in charge here. So, Justice Donor's assertion is this. Tenma Taro is the real killer, not Mayor Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Right. And that yokai, or rather whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman Cubis.
Silence!
Oh, he did it again! Ah! Care to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murder, did not see your alleged killer yokai there in the Fox Chamber? What? He's right, she said nothing about Tenma Taro being in the Fox Chamber. Let me enlighten you. That little scamp heard a dying scream right before she opened the chamber door. And your point is? Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewed murder victim, the Alderman. And the homicidal maniac who have killed him, the Mayor, back beneath the Fox Chamber door, was the dead Mayor. Sorry, the dead Alderman and Mayor, nothing more. Quote, Taka, nevermore. If they don't make a nevermore joke at this point, I will cry. No, there must have been someone dressed up like Tempest. Ah! Then why does that little scamp claim not to have seen a yokai in the Fox Chamber? Considering her father is accused of murder, surely she would have mentioned any third party that might have been in the room. I don't understand. Why didn't she see Tenma Taro inside the Fox Chamber? There is but one way to find out. Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai at the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. The final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Long has my blade thirsted for blood. At long last it shall be sated. Wait, this is still a trial, right? Show me what you're truly capable of. Justice Dono. Very well then. Both parties no doubt need some time to regroup. So the court will take a 2-minute recess in order to... Ah! 3 minutes. I'm sorry, but a 3-minute recess? Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of intent is the loo. The loo? You mean the bathroom? Sheesh. At least include enough time to wash our hands. See that you take no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished. Yes, sir. I hereby declare a 3-minute recess before the battle begins. I declare Prosecutor Blackwell the winner of this round, as Simon says. Doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor is running the show, does it? It's not the first time. Okay. Is there going to be like a point where it like directs us to save and then go into the next section of trial, by the way, Ara? Is it going to do that? Or is this the point that we should probably like call it if we're going to split the trial in two? Because I'll be honest, like, I am at the end of my endurance at this point. I need to rest. And this seems like a good place to do it, but if there's just a little bit of text and it'll do that da thing, then we'll go on to that. One more cross-examination with 3 dialogues and this is over. Oh. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. I should rest. I need to actually, like, I need to be more mindful of my own endurance. Sometimes I push myself far too much, and you know I should be much more mindful of that. Right, 1945. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, right. Yeah, we'll wrap up for tonight because, like I said, I am so exhausted. I'm just half dead. Right. So I'm going to go rest up. Tomorrow, I don't have any planned stream. I'm at a food festival with my wife in the late morning. I might stream something in the afternoon, depending on how I feel, but I really feel like tomorrow I should just rest, because today's been hell. Sunday, I might play something. Don't know what yet. I'm actually changing my streams up a bit for next week, so something I've been having problems with, and I'm just going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, chat. Mondays being Metroid night is fine because, it's thematic. Thursdays being EBF5 night, we've kind of established that on the channel. Fridays being Ace Attorney, yeah, again, it's established. Saturday, Sunday being for varied games, sure, we just do whatever. Wednesdays are a weird day. Every single game I've played over the last sort of few months on a Wednesday doesn't normally do very well, like Tomb Raider, when I was playing Reverse Collapse, when I was playing other stuff, and I kind of wonder, maybe if I turn Wednesday into a nautical themed day, like Wet Wednesday or Wetsday. I think I mentioned this yesterday about thinking about doing this, so we're probably going to, on Wednesday, do either Subnautica Below Zero, or we might start Dave the Diver, because I have Dave the Diver, and I've been meaning to play it for a little bit. So we'll see. But anyway, I thought I'd just cook that up. I'm going to go rest up. I might go get myself a bar of chocolate or something as well. Just, treat my bad self. But anyway, thank you for the hangster. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a short one. I mean, we've still been going for almost 2 hours though, so, not bad going. But yeah, I will hopefully see you guys next time I stream. I'll put a tweet out or something. Thank you for hanging out with me in the meantime. Take lots of care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Till then.